I think science is going to be against you on this. I'm pretty sure like your peak speed is until like mid 30s maybe, and then your peak strength pretty much starts to tap out around 40, right?
So why am I faster and stronger than I've ever been?
Because
Must
you
be the
were you
drugs.
weren't very good when you were younger.
Fuck you.
I'm the king of the casuals, a casual king, cause I'm nobody bringing you the casual bang. The king of the casuals, a casual king. The king of the casuals, a casual king. King of the casuals, a casual bang, cause ain't nobody bringing you the casual bang.
God damn, we have our own theme song now. Let's get right into it, because I know the guys on the West Coast are probably in a hurry to do something crazy. Either that or they're maybe just hanging out, putting lotion on each other. I'm not sure. Let's check. Look at the look on his face. Oh my god. Hey, look, everybody. It's Jake Woodring.
Hey.
How are you, man?
I'm good. You?
Good. Who you got there with you?
Hey.
Oh my god, it's the Natester.
Nate the Great would.
I was I was watching Grandma Casual laughing, reading the John John's tweets. I can't believe that I got her to do that. And then I was thinking, well, we didn't know that when we did the show today that Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul were going to fight. And yeah, I did. Yeah, I think Jake Paul shit his pants and dropped his purse. I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, fuck. He's training with real people and he's a big kid. But I don't know. I'm sorry, but maybe so. I'll just put my own. I'll make it about how I would feel if I was facing off with Tyron Woodley. I would shit my pants.
Well, yeah. Well, I read an article yesterday about this from Tyron's manager, and what he was saying is like, at some point, Jake was going to have to fight a real fighter, right? At some point, he's going to have a fight with somebody that could take his head off. And so, I mean, why not Tyron? He's had 4 straight losses, I think, 3 or 4, and it's the perfect guy. I mean, for him, and I'm thinking from like Jake's perspective, like, hey, former champion, he's on a skid. Let everybody keep saying that I'm not a real fighter. All right, they can't say that if I win this one.
Not to mention, I mean, you're pulling how many pay-per-views with Ben Askren? Think about that. Now, also that it's with Showtime too, right? So it's switching. It's not with Triller. It's with Showtime.
Thank God.
Think about how many eyeballs are going to be on this with a name like Tyron Woodley.
No, I agree. What surprises me is in like just watching the first day or so of people that are commenting on it. There are a lot of MMA guys actually that are like, well, I don't know. It's going to be a tough fight for Tyron.
What?
And I don't see it that way.
Why? Because he's 20 pounds heavier?
Well,
like, I don't...
I see why they're saying it, right? He's not a traditional boxer. He doesn't train just straight up traditional boxing, right? So his footwork's a little different. The way that he carries himself in the octagon is going to be completely different than he would in a boxing ring, right? So
yeah, it's true. However, I do think he's as that big of a jump.
Well, I mean, look at Conor. I mean, Conor, not that they're the same fighter in any way whatsoever, but
no, but you're right. And Conor actually boxed. I don't know if Tyron did or not.
I mean, I'm sure he's trained straight box.
Yeah, he comes from a background of wrestling. He was a collegiate wrestler. Well, the other thing that makes me laugh though is that Mayweather already said I'm going to train him. So he already accepted. So he's going to train with fucking
Woodley.
Yeah, Woodley's going to train with
That's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, what is it? It's in August. How many?
Yeah.
I guess the question is how good can you get? One of you guys has to move, or Nate, you have to move a little bit the other way, so you're both or if you could just when somebody talks.
We'll figure this out.
Yeah, no, I like it. That's the way it should be. It's YouTube, right? Steven Espinosa was there at the second thing I saw, which was today. So remember when Conor fought Floyd?
Yeah.
he was the Showtime representative that Connor walked over to in the shit talking pressers, and he's like, and the guy looked at him like, he's like, you, if there's anybody who ever looked like a fucking weasel, this is it. And even Floyd Mayweather laughed. He's like, fuck Espinoza and fuck Showtime too. And Floyd Mayweather spit his coffee out like, all right, this guy's selling the fight. This is great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I will say, so the big production that Triller put on, right? It wasn't just a boxing match. It was an event.
It was a concert,
right? So I hope that Showtime does a little of that because it was such a big draw. Not only because of the boxing, but because they knew that there was going to be, you know, I mean, as I know
the Beebs for a concert on
one of our favorites is Pat McAfee, right? He's somebody that we watch and listen to on a regular basis, and he was like, I fell asleep. I had no idea the Beebs put on a full-size concert in the middle of that boxing match.
Yeah,
I grew up where Rocky IV was my favorite movie growing up as a kid. So when I see James Brown coming out and doing a whole-on show for Apollo Creed before, that's something that's been ingrained in my mind. So fuck all that noise. Let's have a crazy show. Let's have a concert. Let's have Beebs and what is it? The West Coast Mount Rushmore, whatever the hell that was, Westmore. Come on out and do a show. Why not? Have fun with it. Have some potentially awesome fights in the middle of it and make a spectacle of it. I mean, that's what it is anyways.
Right. So I agree with you on the music. You've sold me. Here's what I don't. Here's the one motherfucker. Yeah, here's the one guy I don't need to ever have talk while I'm while people are boxing. Snoopdogg. I don't give a fuck what he thinks about boxing. He doesn't know a thing about it. And he's a dick. I used to like Snoop Dogg until I listened to him. He's fucking racist, shitting all over. Like, I worked with Snoop Dogg too. I produced a commercial with him. He was cool then, but when he talks about Eminem, obviously being in Detroit, we have to support her. And he's like, well, you know, the only reason he's as popular as he is because he's white. And I'm like, dude, Eminem can blow you out of the fucking water. Eminem could rap. Eminem could sit Snoop Dogg on his lap and teach him how to rap again. And don't get me wrong, I love Snoop's style. It's different. It's his own. It's cool. You know, the capital S and double O P, the D O double G, what D O double G. He's got his own style, right? I mean, if I can do an impression of it, that's a compliment. Matter of fact, he would be very complimented if he knew I just did that. No, he's got his own thing, but he's not the wordsmith, the wordsmith, or he doesn't near have the. I mean, Eminem is second to Busta Rhymes and Twistar in terms of syllables that he fits in this many bars. So.
Absolutely, and I feel like Eminem, literally right now, if he was standing in front of us and we were just like, go, it would be in a heartbeat, and it would all flow. It would all be good.
They both can do that. I just think probably
Snoop Dogg cannot do that. Snoop Dogg cannot do that. Not like Eminem.
I've seen him on a couple of different times. I used to watch a lot of his video podcast, which is fucking hilarious when they just get blown. And with somebody like him, who I think the majority of his life is on camera, you're gonna find he had an off day. I'm just gonna chalk it up to that. I like Snoop Dogg a lot, so I'm not gonna write him off. I'm just gonna think, you know what? Maybe he had an off day. He wasn't feeling it.
He's had a lot of off days, but all right.
I think the big part of it to have Snoop Dogg on, one, when he was doing stuff with the UFC, I wasn't a huge fan of that either. I didn't really like listening to that. I like listening to Uriah Faber and him. The back and forth between the two of them is funny.
Yeah, because Uriah Faber could bring him back down to the planet that we needed to hear.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And Uriah Faber's a pro. Like, he's pretty good at, like, I'm surprised he's not on ESPN or doing some of that stuff. Because he's really good on camera and he's good at he knows the sport. I mean, nobody's better than Dominic Cruz, I don't think, at being an analyst.
And I think what Snoop probably needs is like an Anik or like a Goldberg that could bring him back into the box that he needs to be in.
But he doesn't. For what? He doesn't know anything about the sport. Just shut the fuck up, smoke pot, rap, and he's good on roasts. He's a funny dude. I gotta hand him that. Look, he's talented, he's funny, and I didn't mean to go on this tangent about Snoop Dogg on this. It's just, it pissed me off. Here's where it really pissed me off. The last time it pissed me off, but the time before when Israel Adesanya and Sugar Ray Leonard were there for Mike Tyson and he was talking over him. I'm like, dude, shut up and let the guys who do this. It's not like Israel Adesanya goes into the recording studio when you're laying tracks down and talks over you.
Right? Let the guys who actually know what they're talking about talk.
Yes, exactly.
Agreed.
Talk about when are you going to do your charity tap what is it, tap out cancer?
Yeah, it's called Tap Out Cancer, and it's a charity Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament in Colorado Springs tomorrow, actually. So,
How many times will you get in there to roll?
well, actually, my division, which was the adult division, ultra heavyweight, which is the highest weight class you can get.
What is that, like 260 and above?
Actually, no. It's so it's IBJJF rules. So anything above 221 is considered ultra heavy. There's like 10, so I could potentially have five matches tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
That's
single
awesome.
elimination. So really, well, we'll see how it goes. This will be my first competition. I was supposed to compete last year in April, and COVID decided that wasn't going to happen. So I thought a charity competition would be a good one to start off with.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, here the good news is you're doing something. I donated already.
Yeah, thank you very much. Much
no.
appreciated.
How could I not? You're my boy, and it's a great cause, and yeah, of course. Well, I will tell you, Jack's not back yet. He may join in when he gets back, but you know, he and I have been rolling in that. I built that gym with the mat and everything in the garage, and he's already a better wrestler than me, and we don't really strike much because I can't hit him.
Well, and you're also you're going to have a huge issue because he's so much younger. He's just getting better and better. Whereas, like, dude, like my knee is gone. I had a doctor's appointment this weekend. Yeah, I don't have a knee anymore. It's gone.
Doesn't it suck?
The doctor literally said, I don't see knees like this except for people who are like 30 years older than you.
Well, so what are you gonna do?
Suck it up. Suck it up.
I'm gonna duct tape this bitch on and keep rolling so we can't go.
David Goggins. I don't know that age always has something to do with it if you're not pro. Like if you're too, you know what I mean? There's like, plus I've not been hit in the head, so I consider my brain fight years to be, you know, the same as whatever. I think the guys that are older, that like Chuck Liddell, get hit that many concussions, that's an issue.
I think science is going to be against you on this. I'm pretty sure like your peak speed is until like mid 30s maybe, and then your peak strength pretty much starts to tap out around 40, right?
So why am I faster and stronger than I've ever been?
Because you weren't very good when you were younger.
Fuck you. No, okay.
I'm kidding, of course.
It's funny as shit. No, I love it. Bring it.
But the thing was, like, if you were to meet your younger self, you would school him. You would talk so much shit to him, and he would talk a lot of shit back too.
Who wins tomorrow night in the main event?
Sakai, second round, knockout.
All right, so you guys are picking Sakai.
I'm excited for the Walt Harris fight myself. I'm a big Walt Harris fan, so I hope he does something good. But he's fighting Marcin, and Marcin is a savage.
Cause I'm the king of the casuals, the casual king. I'm the king of the casuals, the casual king. I'm the king of the casuals, the casual king. Cause I'm nobody bringing you the casual thing. The king of the casuals, the casual king. The king of the casuals, the casual king. King of the casuals, the casual thing. Cause ain't nobody bringing you the casual thing.